So she said, oh, what's the problem, baby? What's the problem? I don't know. Hi everyone, today we're going to be testing out this Colourpop X Shrek eyeshadow palette. I'm very excited. If you didn't know, I don't think I mentioned it on YouTube. I think I just mentioned it on my Instagram. I had to put myself on an eyeshadow spending freeze because it was getting a little bit out of control, specifically with my Colourpop eyeshadow palettes. And I got to a point where I just wasn't really using all of my palettes. So I took a little break. My boyfriend actually got me this palette for my birthday because he knows I love Shrek. So, how exciting. As usual, right away, right off the bat, I'm going to comment on the packaging. Colourpop literally gets it right every single time, hence why I fall for every palette they put out and why I have to have them because the packaging is just 10 out of 10, so good. So I have my loose powder under my eyes to catch any loose fallouts. First, I'm starting out with this matte pink shade, and I'm taking this on a fluffy brush so that it will diffuse it really well all throughout the crease and even on the lid as well, just a really nice overall base. Why was I feeling this shade so much? Like, even on its own, I feel like it looked stunning. Okay, moving on, we're going to add some dimension now with this little purpley matte shade. So I'm using windshield wiper motions, putting this in the crease, and like I said, we're just adding some dimension. Okay, now I'm just going back in with that pink shade because naturally she got lost a little bit, so we just had to go back in. And I just love this already, even just with these two matte shades. But now we're adding another matte shade, this deep green, the swampy green, if you will. And I'm taking this and packing it on the outer corner of my lid to really kind of deepen things up a bit. Okay, so I ended up deciding to do a half cut crease and use the mattes in this palette. I was so torn whether or not I should just do some of the shimmer shades on the lid, but I thought let's do a half matte cut crease because that's what I love doing and that's what I would actually wear. So I am just using my concealer to cut the crease, not a full cut crease, it's a half cut crease. And then I took the cream shade in the palette and packed that on over top of where I put the concealer. And naturally, whenever I do a matte cut crease, I always have to go back and blend. That really is the key to an eyeshadow look in general, but especially a cut crease. I'm just going back and blending with the previous brushes and shades that I used, and then I also ended up taking a brush that had no product on it and using it to blend. Okay, so off camera, I used a chocolatey brown eyeliner for my waterline, and then I just went back in with that purpley matte brown and used it to diffuse the liner on the lower lash line and kind of smoke it out a little bit. Okay, then I also went in with this matte burgundy shade and I focused that on the center of my lower lash line. And then for fun, I decided to take this shimmer shade and I was trying to show the reflex of it. It had kind of like green reflex, and I put that in the inner corner for a little pop of something fun since I used all matte eyeshadows for this look. Okay, and this is the final look. I love this palette. I loved testing out all of the mattes. Make sure you follow me on Instagram or subscribe to my channel so that you see the other looks that I create with this palette. Thanks for watching. Bye.